This is quiet horror. I noticed it when the room was empty. Not vacant. Empty. I had just moved in. The apartment had been professionally cleaned. White walls, bare floors. Nothing but a single chair I brought myself. Nothing personal. Nothing left behind. The realtor unlocked the door and gestured inside with a sigh of relief. Empty, she said. I agreed. At the time, the first night, I slept on the floor. No mattress. Just a blanket. An empty room feels larger than it is. The way an echo feels more vast than the sound that birthed it. I woke up just before dawn. The air was warm. That was strange. An empty room loses its fever quickly at night. It has no way to hold on to heat. I sat up. One side of the blanket was warm. Not from my body. From the floor. I pressed my palm against the hardwood. It was searing. As if something heavy had been curled there for hours. I told myself it was residual heat from the building. Pipes. Neighbors. The kind of rational lies adults tell themselves. During the day, the apartment returned to normal. Cold. Neutral. Unused. The second night, the same warmth, but in a different spot. I began to notice other things. Not objects, but absences. A corner of the room where the air felt disturbed, as if someone had just stood up too quickly. A narrow path across the floor, where dust refused to settle. The faint impression of a sound, not noise, but a compression of air, as if the room had recently been thick with breath. I moved the chair into the bedroom. Just that one chair. I sat in it for an hour, then left. When I returned, the chair was cold, but the space beside it was warm. That was the moment I understood the difference. Objects cool down. Spaces don't. Not unless something is using them. I stopped turning off the lights. Darkness made it worse. In the dark, the empty parts of the room felt crowded, like a row of seats where the occupants had only just stepped away. One night, I stood frozen in the doorway, holding my breath. Listening, the room didn't react. It didn't acknowledge me. Because it was already full, I rechecked the lease. No prior tenants listed. No long-term occupants. No one who had stayed long enough to leave a trace. And yet, the room had habits. It was waiting for things that were no longer there. I tried to rearrange the space. Moved the chair. Cleared the floor. Changed where I slept. The warmth followed. always one step behind me, never overlapping. I realized then, this wasn't something that had been left behind. It was something that had never been removed. The place wasn't haunted. It was occupied by an absence that had learned how to rest. The fourth night, I didn't sleep. I sat against the wall and watched. Slowly, carefully, the warmth began to redistribute itself. Not randomly, with purpose. Like someone settling in for the night. By morning, the floor was cold again. Perfectly empty. Professionally clean. That is the pattern. The room empties itself during the day, just so it can be used again at night. I don't think it knows I'm here. I don't think it cares. I think I moved into a place that was already at capacity. And since there is no room left for me to exist, I have become the extra piece of furniture. Some stories should stay unheard.